You are standing in your living room. Suddenly, every atom in your body is crushed together. Space between the nucleus and electrons vanishes. You now possess the density of a neutron star. Your living room remains. You, however, have become a very small, very heavy dot. Human bodies are mostly empty space. Removing that space changes your dimensions. You are no longer 6 feet tall. Your entire mass now occupies a sphere roughly the size of a single atomic nucleus. You are practically invisible. The carpet beneath you does not notice a change in size. It does, however, notice that 70 kilograms is now concentrated on a point smaller than a proton. This process requires immense pressure. Electrons are forced into protons, creating neutrons. This is neutron degeneracy. It is the same mechanism that prevents a neutron star from collapsing into a black hole. You are now a macroscopic piece of degenerate matter. In this state, the laws of chemistry cease to exist. Bonds cannot form, molecules are irrelevant. You are a single, ultra-dense crystal of neutrons. The gravitational field around this tiny dot is incredibly steep. While your total mass is still just a human weight, the proximity to that mass creates a localized gravity well. Anyone standing an inch away feels a slight tug. Anyone touching the dot experiences a catastrophic event. The physics of this are inconvenient. You cannot speak because you have no lungs. You cannot see because you have no eyes. You are simply a point of extreme density. You are the heaviest thing in the room, yet the hardest to find. The floor is the first casualty. Structural integrity depends on the electromagnetic repulsion between atoms. This repulsion is useless against neutron star density. The floor tiles shatter, the wooden joists snap. The concrete slab beneath the house provides no resistance. Your tiny body slices through the foundation like a hot needle through soft butter. This is not a fall, it is a precision drill operation. As the dot descends, it drags a microscopic cylinder of flooring and dirt down with it. The air in the room rushes into the vacuum created by your descent, causing a loud, wet pop. The house does not collapse, but the living room now has a hole the size of a proton that leads directly to the basement. Gravity continues to pull the neutron person downward, accelerating through the soil and bedrock. The journey through the Earth's crust is efficient. Basalt and granite offer no more resistance than a cloud of steam. The friction is negligible because the contact area is so small. However, the pressure is immense. As the dot reaches the mantle, the surrounding rock becomes plastic. A tiny wake of molten silica follows the descent. The velocity increases. Thermal energy builds up. The surrounding rock begins to glow. A thin trail of incandescent plasma forms in the wake of the particle. The Earth's magnetic field is slightly disturbed by the passage of this ultradense anomaly. To a seismograph in the next town, this looks like a very weird, very localized micro-earthquake. The dot is now traveling at kilometers per second. The crust is gone. The mantle is behind. The outer core of liquid iron and nickel is next. Here, the density of the environment increases, but the neutron person is still millions of times denser. The liquid core is a chaotic mess of metal. The dot screams through the iron, creating a sonic boom within the Earth's interior. Shockwaves ripple outward. These waves are too small to trigger a global catastrophe, but they are enough to confuse a few dozen deep-sea sensors. The descent continues toward the inner core. The inner core is a solid ball of iron. The neutron person hits it at maximum velocity. The impact creates a microscopic explosion of gamma radiation. The dot does not stop. It punches through the center of the Earth. Kinetic energy is massive. The dot emerges on the other side of the world, traveling upward. This is a gravitational oscillation. The dot slows down as it climbs toward the surface in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It reaches the peak of its arc, pauses for a fraction of a second, and then falls back down. This cycle repeats. The dot bounces back and forth through the center of the planet. Each pass slightly erodes the Earth's core. A permanent, proton-sized tunnel now exists through the center of the globe. Eventually, the friction from the core's iron slows the oscillation. The dot settles. It comes to a permanent rest at the exact center of the Earth's mass. You are now the most stable object on the planet. You are a tiny, invisible, neutron-dense pebble resting in a sea of white-hot iron. You are perfectly centered. You are very lonely. You are also permanently stuck. There is no way to climb back up. The journey took only a few minutes. The physical destruction is minimal, but the paperwork is a nightmare. Your homeowner's insurance refuses to cover the proton-sized hole in the living room. They claim it is an act of God. The city council issues a fine for unauthorized drilling into the planetary core. Being a neutron star is overrated. Next time we will find something less permanent. Subscribe to the What If Club for more ways to accidentally destroy your lease agreement.